Everyone in the room, do you have your mobile phones handy?
Yeah.
Can everyone bring up the app on your phones? And at home, you need to go to the app and bring up the app on your phones, everyone. Okay? And I'm going to wonder if I can even give keyboard change presenter. And can I show the screen here? People can see your screen. Stop showing the screen. No one can see you. Let's click on that and see what the camera is on. We're in a boardroom, and you know the address. We're in Mississauga, and we started the seminar, and everyone should have the app on their phone. And what it should look like is something like this. Okay, maybe it's not too clear here, but get the app on your phone. There's all the details that are on the screen. Everybody's got the app on your phone? Okay, now hold on one second, gentlemen. Okay, gentlemen, can I take a picture of everybody holding up your phone? Hold up your phones. Okay, very good. Got it. I like to show, and when I do these seminars, everybody's holding up their phones. They got the app. It shows that you're networking with the whole industry. That's one of the reasons that we just took a picture of everyone in the room there. Okay. All right. So on the phone, I'm going to do it on the computer, but you are all going to do it on the phone. And to make the screen a little bit bigger, I'm actually going to remove the picture of me speaking. Let me see if I can stop that, make it go away there. Yes, I can. And I'm going to go back to the main screen. And ICI World is the one that powers literally over 80 major world websites that we're building. We've got about 10 built now, and there's more coming. All of this is to help each and every person listening to this to make money. And so on your phone, if you notice, there's 4 choices at the bottom: commercial, business, residential, and FSBOs. Now, does anybody here have one buyer looking for anything at all? How you doing? Happy New Year. One buyer looking for anything, anybody?
Retail plaza.
Looking for?
Retail plaza.
A retail plaza. So we have a buyer looking for, like one broker looking for a plaza. So what would you click on to look for a plaza, gentlemen?
Commercial.
Commercial. I'm going to click on commercial. Please do it on your phones. Click on commercial. You should have the very same, oh my God. Doris, it's not showing up on here for some reason. Can you have him help us? And I don't know why. It's not showing up there on the screen. I don't know if it's his cord. Wait a minute. Let me stop the recording here because it's not showing up on the screen, and I'm going to. Okay, people back on the internet, we clicked on commercial. It's showing up in our screen up in the boardroom that we have here, as well as online. Okay, so if you're looking for the business category of shopping centers, let's go through and everyone see if you can pick shopping centers on your phone.
Under keyword?
Nope, not under keyword. This is a major business category. So we're going to choose business category. Have you got it on your phone?
Yeah.
Grover?
No.
No. Okay, let me have a quick look. Okay, that's good. Click on commercial, which is down here at the bottom. Click on commercial. Okay, and then try to choose shopping centers in the business category. Grover, if you want to come sit here, I can help you. Okay, you just sit right here. And everybody's chosen shopping centers at home. Now, you see where it says haves and wants on the screen? Have a quick look. Choose the haves. Haves are the properties for sale and for lease. And can everybody say the word done once you have selected it? Just the word done.
Done.
That helps me. And the same thing with the people at home. If you can say the word done, Helen, you can do the same thing. Say done. I have another gentleman, Ella. If you could say the word done, because we can hear you. You can speak into your microphones, and we can hear you as you can hear us. So the people at home, Ella, were you able to click on shopping centers? Yes or no? Hello, Ella. Hello. Can anyone at home speak and so that I can hear you? Wait a minute. Okay, I've got one done at home. Thank you. Anybody else? Miroslav? Helen? Ella? Anyways, I'm going to have to keep going, I guess. But you should be able to speak to me because I've got the the microphone on here in the room to be able to hear everyone at home. You can ask questions whenever you want at home. The next thing you'll notice, there's a special age category here called have want age. We do not delete listings here for 5 years. It's the same as the real estate board. They don't delete listings for years. They have sold, we have sold. They have expired listings, we have expired listings. But instead of us deleting them after 3 months, we don't delete them. We leave them here, but we give you the choice to choose how far back you wish to search. In the case of commercial realtors, that's very important, because maybe you can talk to somebody even 1 year ago. Is that plaza still there 1 year ago? The plaza's still there. Is the plaza still there 5 years ago? Yeah, the plaza is still there. Is it possible that if you talk to that broker on that plaza from 5 years ago, it's possible that plaza might be coming back for sale? Yeah. So in other words, it can still be a valuable phone call, even though it's a 5-year-old listing. Most people in residential real estate don't appreciate that as much. Let's follow this up further about these old listings. First of all, I want to say to all the people online and listening and on the video that you're going to listen to this even 1 year from now in a video, you do not have to search more than 90 days old on ICI World if you don't want to. In fact, you can make it just 1 month old if you want to. But we're going to show you the power of networking with other people. And when you talk to somebody that had a plaza that was on here even 2 years ago and it got sold, can it benefit you to find out how much that? Okay, that's valuable information. So the phone call is still a good phone call. Information. Secondly, is it possible that that plaza might be coming back for sale? Yeah. Let's go to the third reason that phone call can be valuable. Is it possible that because that broker deals in that kind of property that they know about another plaza that's not on the service? Yeah. And fourthly, if you have a good relationship with that other broker, is it possible he finds a property 3 weeks from now, gives you a call, and you go off and do a deal? 5 reasons why older listings can be important. We did a study. Listen, I'm here to help everyone make money. And I have experience for over 20 years dealing with brokers and how they made money. And we did a survey one time. 50% of the deals were done on the listings that were more than 90 days old. So for commercial, it's very important. The residential people don't seem to appreciate that as much, all the networking that's going on. It helps you to identify someone with whom you might be able to do business. So I'm going to leave it on maybe 1 year, because someone suggested in this room would try 1 year for shopping plazas. And I'm going to change it to a have. Make sure you do. In Ontario or just the GTA. Want it Ontario or just the GTA?
Maybe just GTA or whatever.
Just the GTA? Or do you want all of Ontario?
Yeah.
GTA. Okay, I'm going to put it on GTA. Make sure there is no city next. Okay, do you see how you can choose a city? Make sure that there is no city selected. Now, so far we got shopping centers, the haves, less than 1 year, GTA, Greater Toronto Area, go down to the bottom, and would you like to select them by the latest listings first, or would you like to see them all sorted by price?
The newest listings first?
No, we're going to actually sort them by price. I'm going to suggest to start.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Sort by price, and I want everyone to click on search database now. And you should get 110 listings, shopping centers coming up at the top here. Do you get that many?
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Yes.
How many did you get?
I didn't get that.
Okay, I'm just going to stop the recording. We're going to just... So assuming everybody's got this right price, because some people had to redo it to get it, It's very important that you get this absolutely accurate here. And if you have problems, please make an appointment with us. I'm like a doctor of the internet. I've got experience from helping brokers for the last 20 years, over thousands of brokers here. And we want to make sure you know how to use these devices. These devices are $1,000 and they can help you make $1 million, because we have people who have made over $1 million on ICI World, brokers that have made it. And for the ones that haven't heard earlier, that I announced earlier, the largest sale at the Toronto Real Estate Board last year was $28 million. ICI World members have actually sold 2 properties over $50 million. We've actually outsold the Toronto Real Estate Board in terms of price. But that's okay. It's to be expected when you think about it, that 90% of a lot of the most exclusive information is not on real estate boards, such as shopping centers, apartment buildings, land, businesses, all kinds of things are not on real estate boards. And we're going to go over how each of you work it in compliance with your licensing body, whether you're in Florida, California, or any province in Canada. Okay, if you click, and we're going to go down to somebody wanted a plaza around $10 million. And I don't know how that want got in here, but that can be a mistake. And the mistake, I want to go over this, and there's a reason. We chose the halves, if you remember.
Yeah.
Just the halves. And yet you're going to see a want. The mistake by the broker that put in the information. If you put in the information wrong, you can be missing doing a deal. You can be missing making $50,000, and you wouldn't even know it. Do you agree or disagree in this room? Just because of one thing, stupid little tick mark sometime, or you don't select a city. One little stupid thing, and you can miss making money. And so we have a special pledge for every single member, that every single one of you should be making connections every 90 days, or at the very least, you should be either doing a deal or at the very least triggering leads to do deals, or you give us a call and give us a chance to look over your listings. And I'm going to give you an example of a gentleman who's in this session right now who was a member but did not make any money. Is that correct, Peter? Okay. And I'm going to show you what I think may have been the problem. And he is an enlightened individual. And I want to say to Peter, thank you for Peter for letting me use this as an example. I've got that sample website. This is Peter's website. And I think Peter deals with people from overseas a lot, brings them into the area. Is that correct, Peter? Okay. There's been people in the province of Ontario in smaller centers that had plazas, apartment buildings, and land, and they couldn't get anybody from Toronto to show it. They got the buyers from overseas, just like you're bringing buyers from overseas. They got buyers from overseas. One good example, I think Bruce wouldn't mind me mentioning it. He sold a $4.5 million apartment building in his area in Eastern Ontario. He couldn't get the buyers from Toronto. He got them from overseas. He actually got an offer from overseas. It's interesting how he did it. What he did is he had an AACI appraisal, and the people at home can't see me putting my fingers apart how thick that appraisal was. It was a thick appraisal, AACI appraisal. He sent that appraisal to the people in the other country. I don't mention other countries, even though I know what they are. Just out of respect, if you want the information, you can call Bruce. Call Bruce and you can talk to him direct what he did. And that's how I sort of conduct confidentiality on this business. Starts right from square one from even here. But actually, I don't even know what's going on, because we tell everyone never place an address, never identify a property when you put it on here. You're going to advertise the real estate opportunity, not the address. I'm going to cover that in more detail later. It's very important. We had another broker didn't make money, and I looked over his listing. He had great listings and everything. And I says, by the way, you're not giving the addresses to people, are you? He says, oh yeah. They call me for gas station, I tell them where it is. And if you like it, call me back. Well, the problem is there's 3.7 billion people on the internet. I call it an ocean of people on the internet. And in an ocean, there's a lot of sharks. And the sharks are swimming around ICI World big time, because there's so much money at stake for commissions and for properties, and identifying a real estate opportunity, this developer over that developer. Big money involved. And so I said, no. We have confidential information in this business, and you should not identify the property. In fact, I recommend even your MLS listings, you don't do it. I'm happy to discuss this in a front room with other people and a room full of 100 brokers to discuss the pros and cons of advertising an address on the internet. It's different if you have an open house. I know that. But I'm talking about trying to trigger a lead during the term of your listing, identifying that person first, and then it's up to you if you want to give the information out. At least you have identified that person during the term of the listing and you know who you're dealing with. If you give the address to somebody, they can go direct, they can talk to the owner. And I had brokers say, well, I got an MLS listing. But I said, guess what? Do you know what else your MLS listing has? An expiry date. And what happens is the people go to rest and they say, what's the expiry date if you don't mind? Is it okay with you if I come back to you 2 days after? Because I would like to make you a private offer. Could that happen? Everyone in this room?
Oh, it happens often.
Everybody's saying it happens often. Okay, so and then the broker tries to get the listing at the end of his listing time period, and he can't get the listing even though he advertised the brochures, knocked on doors, did everything, open up, and it couldn't get the relist. Could it be that somebody talked to the owner and he's not telling it? And then 2 months afterwards, he talks to the owner and the owner says, I sold the property myself. Did he really sell it himself? No, it was the broker that generated the lead. So we're suggesting that you use newspaper type classified advertising to identify the people and do not put addresses in your listings. That's what we're recommending. It also helps to protect the owners. We know that realtors protect owners. Listen, I'm getting a little off track here, so I'm going to go back on track to Peter's website.
Can I stop you one second?
Yes, Peter, go ahead.
Do you have a confidential agreement in your website?
Okay, that's a very good question. I get a lot of questions, the same one from you, Peter. Is there confidentiality agreements that we have that we supply to the industry? The answer is no. And the reason is we stay out of any legal matters at all whatsoever. We recommend that you speak to a couple of people. The first one is your broker of record. And if you are a broker of record, speak to some of your other brokers of record. Number 2, speak to your lawyer. Number 3, you go to your real estate board. In the case of Toronto, you go inside the front door and turn to the right. There's confidentiality agreements right there, right on the stands, right on the thing. Okay. Number 4, we've got a lot of great people on ICI World that they have a heart of gold to help other people in the industry. And then when you know who they are, you can talk to them. Do you have a sample confidentiality agreement you wouldn't mind sharing with me sometime? So you can get it from them. We stay away from it on purpose. And we recommend you get legal advice or talk to them. Now, in the case of this website, which is a very nice looking website, you do not have the widgets from ICI World, Peter. In other words, that's one of the things that you were missing, my friend. So in other words, with someone who was a member of ICI World and didn't trigger a lead, could it be because they didn't have the listings on ICI World on their website? And I'm going to be demonstrating that in a moment. How you can have, in fact, I'm going to do it very quickly because I'm able to do it so quickly. I'm going to do it right now while we are talking about it. And I'm going to bring up a lady's website, Nicole Williams, and this is an income website, but we help put these exclusive listings that you see here. Does everyone in this room have a copy of this? Okay, bring it out right now if you don't mind. Everyone in the room, we have colored copies of this. Take a colored copy of that. If you don't have one, pass it down. Okay. This is just one website out of 2,000 websites that we have these widgets installed. And I want to show you how they work on your website and that they become absolutely inevitable, people, to trigger leads. And you can agree or disagree. You give me 2 or 3 minutes to demonstrate. Here we go. And this goes for the people at home. Every broker has MLS on their website. If you don't, you should. MLS is the backbone of our industry. However, not everyone has exclusive listings on their website. And I'm going to click on this residential haves and wants, mostly exclusive, because in the case of residential, about 50% of the listings on ICI World are exclusive, not on real estate boards. In the case of commercial real estate, such as here, it's 75% and more that are not on real estate boards. And in the case of shopping centers and land and other things, 90% are not on real estate boards, which makes ICI World an absolutely unique place to get information that is not on any other service. Now, when somebody clicks on residential haves and wants, which I just did, you're going to see, especially members of ICI World and people, thousands of people who have the app, the very similar form come on the screen. And I'm just going to change this to the GTA right there. And I'm just going to simply search the database at the bottom. Now, keep in mind, people should go to your website. This is part of a marketing plan that every broker in the industry should have, is to have your personal real estate website be a mobile website that people can go to, click on, and all of your customers should be able to bring your website up on the screen of their phone. If you can get all of your 100 customers, 200, 500, 1,000, everybody that you deal with in your database, your family, your friends, your acquaintances, the guys you play basketball with, anybody at all, your church, put your website as a shortcut, and you must learn what a shortcut is. A shortcut doesn't use up any resources. It looks like an app, but it's not. It's a shortcut. It uses 0 resources. An app from the App Store or the Play Store uses up resources. If you have a lot of apps, your phone could go dead by 2 o'clock if you don't have the newer phones. So when people click on that, up comes exclusive, the same as what you see on the screen, and this is what you see. And if I click on residential opportunities, your customers can see this. Oopsie daisy, I clicked on businesses there. I'm going to go back and click on Nicole again. I'm on my handheld phone doing this for the group, and click on exclusive for residential. And then this particular one here, I have Greater Toronto, and I'm going to click on it there, and I'm going to click on it down here, and lo and behold, up comes the latest listings in the area. Now, we can zero in on cities, we can zero in on price ranges. I don't want to get into that now. The key thing is how fast the information come up, and the fact that it's coming up from within your website. When you join ICI World, you never send people to ICI World. You don't send them here. Where do you send them, Larry?
Or website.
You send them to your own website, okay? And then when they go to your website and they see a listing, and here's one here, Brampton East is, where is it here? I saw one, 373,078. 373,078. I'm just going to choose this one right here for the sake of argument. There's one for 549,000 detached home. That people are going to try to click on this number. Now, they cannot do it. If they cannot click on that number, I'm going to use you, Grover. I know in your case you're going to be working what you're doing. But if this was your website, and if people cannot click on that listing, who do they have to call? Give me a high five. Hard. Bingo. Isn't that fantastic? This makes money for everybody. This is what I've been working 20 years to develop for the industry, okay, to bring this, the fruits of the benefit of having this. So Peter, that's one answer to your question, and I'm so glad you're here to give us an opportunity to work with you. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, I didn't have that good tip.
Okay, and so that's one thing that we got to fix for you. Now, let's go back, and let's say somebody, you're a residential agent, but maybe, or you're a commercial agent. And in your case, you have a buyer looking for a shopping center for $10 million, right?
Yep.
What's your first name again?
Irfan. IRFAN.
Irfan. Okay, Irfan Khan, was it? Last name?
Question.
Oh, okay, very good. Irfan. You should send people to that button there called Ontario Commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you send them there, and you tell them the same thing in Montreal. In your case, you're going to choose Quebec. Okay, and you tell them to click on that, and then up comes these listings in Ontario, for instance, and if you notice, there's a button here called Shopping Center, right there. And there's 2 ways you can search. One way is you can click on that by price, but once they have looked through them all, you should send them to the word latest to see the latest listings coming in daily. They can go to your website, click on commercial, click on shopping centers, and click on latest, and I'm going to click on latest just for the sake of argument. These are the various latest listings coming for sale for shopping centers. They should be checking your website every couple of weeks, every week. You have to, people say, Gary, you know, I can have a website, but you know, what good is a website if you have no traffic? So you got to give people a reason to go to your website, Peter, and you tell them to go here and to check the latest listings.
Gary, I'm so sorry that I'm rude. What is your phone number? I have to hit the road. I'm coming back next week to Toronto.
Okay, well, no, you can do an appointment with me over the internet. You just make an appointment. By the way, before you go, because some people have to go and they're interested still, I'm going to show you how to make an appointment. Everybody at home, and I'm doing it now at the beginning of this seminar. Everybody, can you please bring up the app on your phone right now? Please, everyone. Bring up the app on your phone. And in the case of the app, in fact, you know something, I'm going to actually switch here and see if I can do it here to people in the room. Actually, I'll leave this here. I have another way of doing it. Yes, I'm going to do it this way so everybody at home can see what's going on. And I'm going to show you how you can listen in the future to these things from the phone. And I've got to put in the ID, which is 45451. And it's 834. I'm going to be, I'm logging in with my mobile phone. Oh, wait a minute. 451-834-907. And let's click on go. The meeting couldn't be found. Please try again. Close. Oh, that's because it's a GoToWebinar session. And do I have GoToWebinar installed on this phone? Yes, I do. Down here. Let's see if I can get in. Ready to join the webinar. Upcoming webinars. Attend. Okay. No, this is actually, that's another webinar company. Oh, I'm not going to have to worry about that. When you go to the webinar, click on more, please. Everyone click on more. The word more. And I'm going to bring up the HTML5 code, which will simulate it a little bit. Thank you for everyone for their patience. I know that I cannot speak as fast as everyone thinks, so you got to let me go. When you, oh, I can't even see the word more down here.
Gary, I'm going to text you. I'm still from the old school and down school.
Okay, but if you can click on the word more, click on login, where it says login haves and wants. You should be able to do that though. Login haves and wants. Can you see that, Irfan?
Yep.
And do you see the word make an appointment? It's the first thing that should come up. Make an appointment, people.
Or make appointment for the assistants, right?
That's the one. You make an appointment for assistance.
Go to hotel.
Let's talk.
I thought it.
We did already.
All right, I found the webinar ID.
We'll buy a condo with
51
too.
and 834, and it's 907. There we go. Okay, so I finally figured it out. Sorry, people. And now I'm going to switch the phone. How to work network exclusive information. Choose one. Join the webinar in progress. Okay, so I'm joining the webinar in progress. Okay, allow that. And there we go. Okay, and audio options. And I'm actually going to stop the extra audio on this phone.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as, and it's...
Okay, get rid of that audio. So there it is on my phone. So you can actually join the webinar from the phone. But what I'm going to do is something special. I'm actually going to switch the computer over to my phone. See if I can do that. I'm doing it live, switching computers over to phones. And it's asking my phone, do you want to share your phone? And I'm going to say, got it, thank you. share your screen. I clicked on a button, start now, and you're going to actually see my phone. All of a sudden, everybody in the world can now see my mobile phone online, both in the recording and being broadcast worldwide right now. And up at the very top, you're going to see the webinar, or not the webinar, but the ICI World mobile app. It's at the top left there. I'm going to click on it. I call that 1 second to open this up. I'm going to click on the word more, which is the 5th button at the bottom right. And then I'm going to click on the word login, add have wants. And I ask everyone in the world, please do not phone me. I know it sounds funny, people want business by phone, but we can't have 4 people in the office answering phones, $160,000 a year just to answer a phone. All they're going to do is make an appointment anyways. Why not just click on make an appointment right now? All that money is being saved for everybody on the network. So you click on make an appointment, up comes this screen, you click on 60 minutes, you click on that screen, and then you go down here, you pick a day. If those days are not good, you go down on the bottom and you can go after January 29th, you can go to next week and click on one of these and you'll see that the times of the day come up. So we help everyone in the world who joins ICI World one-on-one. And usually you only ever need one orientation session and you're good to go. We show you how to post your information online, make sure you know how to search. We send you the instructions to put the widgets on your website. You forward them to your website designer. We check it one more time afterwards to make sure it works. For the people that need a mobile website, you will require a second meeting for 1 hour to set up a website. And then we take it from there. If anyone needs more time than that, you simply come here and you make an appointment. You click on a certain time, you click on confirm, you fill in your information with your phone numbers, and you put your phone number down here as well. You'll actually get a text message reminding you how to do everything. That's how to get assistance to do things on ICI World. I'm now going to switch the computer back to me, see if I can do it. How the heck do I do it here? Right click, make presenter here, show my screen. There we go. Okay, so I'm now showing my screen. I should be showing my screen on this webinar at home. It should be. Yes, okay, so we're showing that on the screen at home. Very good. Let's move on. The second thing of why some people don't make money, I'm going to show that right now too as well, is that they only have 2 or 3 listings on ICI World, and the listings are less or are more than 90 days old. So you already know about the widgets on the website. All of these are choices that everyone can have, including the FSBOs. I might as well take a moment to show you this. There's the FSBOs for Canada. I'm going to click on that, and I'm waiting for the internet to kind of come up here. There it comes. And if people are looking in Ontario or wherever, whatever city they're looking in, you click on that. And these are the private people that are posting information on ICI World. No one can click on these. The only people that can click on these particular listings here are the members of ICI World. That's how that works. Okay, let's get out of here. So we already know about listings going on websites. Now what we're going to do is go to your particular listings, Peter. And here's some of the listings for Peter. And by the way, if anybody at home can connect with Peter on any of these, Peter has some assignments. He may have others in the future. He has buyers looking for these kinds of properties. You can get a hold of him, and he's got other properties for sale. But we recommend that every single member have a minimum of 15 opportunities on ICI World. If a person only has 2 or 3, maybe they really don't understand how to work exclusive information and to be maximizing their opportunities. Within 90 days of joining, every single member must and should have 15 real estate opportunities on ICI World, because they're not listings on a real estate board. These are opportunities in the marketplace. And I'm going to go through that. If somebody says, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission, that's a real estate opportunity. Get excited. Get excited. This is the service that can really help you connect to make money. And we're going to go how that's all done. I'm going to actually close that right now and continue on. We're going to move through a little quicker. We've digressed a little bit, but all our seminars, when you go to iciworld.tv, you can see all of our seminars there. We'll be putting this one up there as well. They're a little bit different, but they essentially all cover the same information, sometimes in a different way. For people that are new to all of this stuff, there's over 3.7 billion people on the internet. Traditional ways of marketing might still work for you, and we recommend you can keep them going, that you should still add this as into your marketing plan for the new year. It's basically at the special that's announced in this seminar. You will find it at nreils.com. And for the people in the room, there it is there, nreils.com. You can go there during this seminar, and you can actually sign up and join. In your particular case, Peter, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to add 6 months onto your service. So when you join, you're going to get the special today, and I'm going to give you personally 6 months because you never really used the full power of our service. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Agree? Okay. And I'm going to show you how to get up to 15 listings. You and your son, how to get up there, and we're going to cover that actually in this session right now. Now, for everyone to understand, this is a society of real estate brokers and salespeople. We're networking exclusive real estate advertising listings, mobile devices, reaching people locally in 138 countries. We do not allow the public to join the service. They can post information free into database number 2, but who are the only people that can access that information? The member brokers. Okay? This is a worldwide service for real estate brokers and salespeople, for realtors to join and share their information with others, specializing in exclusive information. Let's move on. And basically the cost, you go online, it's $40 a month or $319 per year. We do have a special, I'll show you in a moment, VIP corporate card, which actually gives you discounts totaling more than that during the year if you use it. And then if you also help sponsor other people, you can actually save money. Unlimited ads, 50 pages of testimonials online. You definitely must see this. I'm only going to point it out. You can go check them all out later. But when you go to iciworld.com, to me, it's just so obvious that if you click on testimonials that you see coming up online here, and then you click on that, you start to go through these. All of these were deals that were done exclusively. These were not on the real estate boards of the world. These were exclusive transactions in the world. Now in North America, we have organized real estate. We have the National Association of Realtors. I happen to be a CCIM. The CCIM is a division of the National Association of Realtors, and the CCIM Institute confers a designation called CCIM, and I happen to be one. And it's good. You absolutely, MLS is the backbone of our business, but there's a lot of exclusive information, real estate opportunities that you can make money on. I wanted to show you how the other brokers are doing it, and what this means is that every single broker and salesperson in the world can be doing it. And we're going to show you how today how to do it. Read those testimonials, get excited, let it be your inspiration as it is our inspiration as well. Yes, we do supply websites as well, and we're going to show you how that's done. And with the corporate card, it actually helps your membership be free. There's the information on the corporate card, many discounts for everything from laptops to rent-a-cars and hotels and, you know, Canada's Wonderland, aquarium, Cineplex tickets, just all kinds of things you can save money on. And I've got brokers telling me they save $220 renting a car in San Francisco, and all kinds of different things. So that can help you save money, and make sure that if you join today, you get your corporate card before you leave today. Okay, we give you the corporate card, and you can. That. Okay, very good, very good. And how do you like it? Okay, we actually have.
Just give it out to.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't use it ourselves.
Okay, very, very good. And let's move on. That actually can make your membership actually free, both the corporate card and the referral program. If you recommend someone else to join, we take $79 off your renewal fee, so you can rejoin for $240 rather than $319. And then you can also do referrals as well. One broker has done 15 referrals. When you have the links on your website to the listings and someone calls you, you can do a referral. You could be a retired broker. You could just want to do referrals for the rest of your life if you wanted to with this service, and you can make money just doing that. So I have a question for retiring brokers. I'm suggesting you don't retire 100%. That would you mind doing the odd 5-minute referral that makes you $3,000 to $10,000? If that's the case, go to retirebrokers.com, check it out, and you can see how you can be making money doing 5-minute referrals the rest of your life, even when you're retired. Selling real estate too numerous to mention. Click on the testimonials, you can see it. And to add a listing, I'm going to show you just how quick it can be to add a listing. Watch this. You go to the main website, iciworld.com, and you're going to find that we have many, many websites in the world, but that ICI World is the engine that drives all the other websites in the world. And just to show you what kind of other websites in the world, here's another one that we're just bringing online right now. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen. I think this might be the first video that I'm recording online and putting online that we're going to the National Real Estate Information Listing Service. And you'll see it coming up on the screen. And if people want to search here, they just click on search. If they want residential, click on residential, and the same form comes up. So in other words, within a click or two, bingo, people can actually be searching the information here as well. That's the National Real Estate Information Listing Service. And that just shows you that you can redesign this service to make it look many different ways. And there's many more other designs that are going to be covering online, and we've got them in the works being done right now. But this is where essentially the brokers on the service enter their information. If you want more information after this seminar, you click on the word seminar, you'll see that there's 4 recorded webinars daily. So everything I'm talking about could be going right over your head sometimes because there's so much stuff here. You can review it by going to seminar, and you'll see number 1 for real estate offices worldwide. You can actually play this. If you're a broker, manager, owner, you can actually play it in your office as a seminar and discuss it, stop the recording, discuss it. And if you wanted to, make a phone call to us and we'll be with you and you can ask questions while you go along. You can play this in every single office of the world and play this seminar. How to work exclusive real estate information is basically, we're going to be covering that here. It's covered there. It's covered in all our seminars. You could play that as well. Other people say, Gary, how do I promote my website? There it is, people. We spend $4,000 attending World Search Engine Conventions, Larry, to learn meta tags, keywords, how to come up in the top of the search engines, and the little things you can do. I'll give you one example. If you have your domain name registered for 1 year, and you got your domain name registered for 10 years, and everything else is equal, the one that's registered for 10 years can end up coming up higher. All kinds of little things like that. It's covered in that, how to promote your website. You might like it because maybe you can get pretty sharp with all of these tools that are on the internet, learning how to bring your website up in a natural fashion. But even if you had to pay $1 a click, if somebody goes to your website and they pay $1 to Google, that's why they make millions of dollars. They play all the industry people against each other because you know you want to outbid the other people in your industry to get to the top, and you make $2 a click and $3 a click. But I have a question for you. If it turns out that it costs, say, $2 or $3 a click, but somebody calls you and they click on the listing on your website, and you go show a property and make $10,000, was it worth that $3 for that click? The answer, of course, is yes. If it was $10 a click and 3 people clicked and finally 1 called you and you went and sold something for $30,000, was it worth that $30? Yeah. The answer is yes. The big question is if they called you. I'm recommending, and I don't care what Google says, they can tell me I got 1,000 hits, I got 10,000 hits, I got this many views. From a broker's point of view, if I get a call, somebody interested in a listing, that's what I'm looking for. Do you agree or disagree? To me, that's the bottom line in the business. Are we getting that showing? I don't mind paying as long as I'm getting people calling me and I can go show a property. They can tell me I'm getting 10,000 views, all this kind of stuff, and trying to make it sound really good. But you know what's happening with the views? Let's say that you live in Kingston, Ontario, and so you bid $1 for Kingston real estate. and they said that you had 100,000 hits and you didn't get a phone call. Is there something wrong? Yeah. What could be wrong? Guess what? People were searching Kingston, Jamaica. All right. So in other words, there could be something unique about the key words that you're doing. I did the same thing. I want to go up in the top of search engine for commercial real estate. So they said I had so many hits, and I'm wondering what's going on. I'm getting charged. You know what they were doing? They were charging me if somebody looked up the word real. Why? Commercial real estate. Real is part of those three words. If somebody looks up the word real, I was getting charged. So now there's a special way that you can force it if the three words come up. Not commercial and real, not commercial and estate. The three words come up, I don't mind paying $1 for that. Okay? But I want the three words. I don't want somebody to search the word estate. Maybe they're doing estate planning. It's got nothing to do with our service. So those are the issues that are happening on the internet. Everyone is unique in the marketing that you're doing on the internet. You got to get into it. Google is trying to help the best they can. But the things are so busy, everybody, in real estate. We're overwhelmed up to here with information. We're all suffering information overload. We're trying to make it simple. But I know one thing. If you have listings on your website, at least you have a chance. It's like going fishing. I don't care. The apostles, some of them, they were fishermen. You go fishing to put food on the table. Marketing is a lot like fishing. And then you're helping people to find properties. And that's all we want to do is just help people and make some money doing it. Those are the reviews that everybody can do online. Never let your listings go longer than 90 days old. That's another reason why I'm giving you the extra time, Peter, because you had listings that were over 90 days old. So on the mobile apps, people, when you search the mobile apps for listings, it now becomes a responsibility of the whole real estate industry, not just you in the room here, to keep your information up to date. You must modify your listings every 30 to 60 days. Never let them go longer than 90 days old. It's only 2 clicks to do it. How would you do it? Well, you click on the word login way up here at the top, and you go to ICI World, and then over here on the left-hand side, you're going to see login, log out. But here you can see my listings. That's where you go to check your listings. What do your listings look like once you put them in? Well, I'm going to click on latest commercial. I'm going to click on latest world residential just to start right there. And these are some of the latest listings coming in, right from Florida all the way just all over the world. And of course, we know we can do a search by country and continents and all of that stuff. But I'm just showing you the latest listings that are coming in, and that's how it works. So for instance, today's date, and you could be seeing this a year from now, is January the 23rd. If I click on this latest one here, this is January 22nd. You can see the listings were just put in yesterday. So they're coming in fresh all the time. And there it is. That's how that works. And then if we go and search any of these other ones, you'll see here, coming for sale. If I click on that one, there's a listing, and it's a regular client of this particular salesperson. You cannot put this on a real estate board. So what is she going to do? How is she going to handle this? Somebody's going to call her, coming for sale, and what's the first question that somebody's going to ask her? The address. They're going to say, where is it? Are you going to give them the address?
No.
No is correct. That was fast. That's good. What you can do is say to the people, listen, I'm going to be getting this listing sometime in the next month or two. I'm not sure when exactly. But once I get the listing signed, I'm going to put your name on a list. And once I get the listing signed, I will give you a call, and you can be one of the first people to go through the first open house that I do. How does that sound? Do you like that, Larry?
Yeah.
You can be putting stuff for sale even before it's actually on the market. And you can be getting people interested. And then once you get the listing signed, then you go ahead and show it. Got it? If somebody says, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, We're going to be covering that here in a moment. But I wanted to show you, click on the add have want on the left-hand side. In the case of you where you were looking for a buyer, or you were looking for a shopping center, you wanted it in the GTA, basically from what, Burlington to Oshawa?
Yeah.
North to Barrie?
Max.
How about Niagara Falls area? No?
Not at night.
Not really Niagara Falls, okay. And then you just say shopping center? What price range from what to what?
10 to 15 million.
Okay, 10 million to 15 million. Whoops, to 15 million, and that's it. Then you choose Canada, then you choose Ontario, and here's the big deal, people. When I choose Greater Toronto, you notice that Barrie is here as well. Barrie happens to be part of Northern Ontario, so I got to select both. You have to use the control button on your keyboard. I'm teaching brokers how to do that, believe it or not. There's some that don't know how to do it. Years ago, we had people that couldn't press the mouse twice fast enough. That's what I've been dealing with over the years, teaching everyone how to do this. But once they learn, they know how to do it, and they are connected. The older people, the senior people in this business are very well connected because they built up friends and friendships with business people over the years. But the computer stuff, sometimes it's challenging. And this is where we are trying to help people. Even though I've been a broker for over 40 years, I want everyone in the industry that's listening to this to know that we are an information assistant to each of you. We are an assistant to you. Everything we say is a recommendation, but you're the boss. If you want to do something different, it's up to you. As long as you know from experience what we're recommending, and then you do whatever you want. But we are an assistant to the real estate industry. And let's move on. So now you come down to the city, and here's where some people go wrong. You're including Brampton, Aurora, and Ajax, is that correct? For the shopping center? Okay. How about here? Burlington, Caledon, Durham, Etobicoke, Georgetown?
Mhm.
All right. Halton Hills, King City, Markham, Milton, Mississauga? You got to highlight all of them. If you miss it, you can miss doing a deal. How about Oshawa? Okay. Pickering, Richmond Hill, all of these areas. If you miss one city, you can miss doing a deal. You got to make sure that you highlight them all. How about Kawartha Lakes? No. Midland, Muskoka. So you can see that you can go through the ones that you want. Now you change this, and we saw a moment ago, somebody did not choose the word want, and when we search the haves, up comes the want. Do they have a chance, if I put your want into the haves, the only people that are searching the haves are people that want to buy something. So if they see your want, are you ever going to get a call? No. That's the mistake that sometimes people are making. And so you got to watch that. So what we say about ICI World, and I had a senior person ask me this the other day, the only issue that they had sometimes, there's either some very old listings, which now I explain why they're there for the resources for our other members. You don't have to search more than 90 days old. And when you see these kinds of mistakes, we are like a gold mine. Have you seen that program on TV, the Yukon, where they go digging for gold?
Yeah.
And they're slugging through the mud and getting stuck in the breakdowns of the water, and they're trying to flush the water into the pans and shake everything to get the gold. They go through a lot of dirt. ICI World has dirt. You got to go through some of the dirt to get to the gold. Okay? So some things are not exactly right. When you have a free flowing market like we have now, it hasn't been sort of crystallized and pristine like an MLS system. That's the nature of the beast of information services. When the broker puts information on here, we can have little spelling mistakes because they don't have a spell checker. Little things like that can be going on. And wrong business areas. That's the nature of it, of having a free flow of information. And let's move on. So we chose the one. We go down here. We chose shopping centers right there. And then all you have to do is put it in here. You're looking for a shopping center. And then basically GTA, and you can say 10 million. And then some people put the same price in the same field, 10 million to 20 million or 215 or whatever it was, and it comes out as $1 billion. Now, when we pass 1,000 members, some of these things can be fixed up naturally, just like the bank. You can't make a mistake when you do the bank, right? When you do the bank. So someday we'd like to have this thing more pristine, like choices that you make at the bank, so it makes it easier for you. You can click on a question mark and it explains it. Question mark, it explains it. That's going to come later. But right now we're working with what we've got. And then you can come down to the bottom of the page and you click on submit information. When you do, here's what it looks like. Latest world commercial. I'm going to click on the list. These are the listings coming in one at a time. You'll see them. Now, this Niagara Region retirement home, the other day, Alina called me. She was so happy. She said, Gary, it's fantastic. I says, what's fantastic? She says, I just made $137,000 selling a $13 million retirement home through ICI World. She's so excited. And I was excited for her. And those are the kind of messages that I love hearing back from all our members from these kinds of things. Let's move on. Here we go. Certain things I spend a little more time on in some seminars and a little bit different in other ones. This was a different one today. Training and support, it's one-on-one. Please try not to call us on the phone. Hope you understand. We're like a doctor's office every hour on the hour. If you call us, we're just going to make an appointment anyways. Please make an appointment. It makes it so much easier, and we keep the price of the network down. And someday when the service grows, we can get people, individuals, to take those appointments in addition. There's more training and support. So the video today will be put on ICIWorld.tv for viewing later, and you'll be able to see it. You should order the widgets. There's our pledge. And if you want the special, I'm just going to tell you verbally, go to NREILS.com. So anybody in the room that's interested, you can go there. You might have to log into your membership to renew, and I'll help fix the membership up for you, Peter, because you've been a member. If you're registered on ICI, are you registered on ICI World, do you know?
I am.
Oh, you are? Okay, I have to fix up your membership to fix it up so you get the special if you want it. Okay, I'll fix that up for you. Come on in if you're interested. Okay, we're gonna continue going here if you don't mind and bring you up to speed as we go along. Okay, very good. Welcome aboard, by the way. 100% warm welcome. Come on in. Okay, after what you have to go through out there driving. This seminar, we're asking every real estate board in the world to invite us to come in and speak to your membership. We're asking every real estate office in the world to come in and invite us to come in and do a seminar in your office. Make arrangements for us to do a webinar in your office, no matter where you are located. Florida, we're very excited about you because all the Canadians here right now are all heading off to Florida. Anybody in this room heading off to Florida or been there in the last year or two? How many? Anybody? So we've got 50% of the room here going to Florida. And my wife's just gone down. So we're doing seminars in Florida. We're doing them all over the world because it can help all brokers in the world. The same members of real estate boards that use MLS are using ICI World. It's all hand in hand. We work hand in hand with real estate boards. It's exciting because membership is open for licensed real estate brokers and salespeople. And we're thinking of calling ourselves an association, but our lawyer says use society for now. And that's what we're happy to do. And we'd like to continue on doing it because it's working for everyone. And I would like the real estate boards to operate this service someday on behalf of you, all the members. So that's one of our goals. We'd like to see invite them to do that. Normally, I would go through some of the apps that are on phones right now, like that first app, Evernote. That's used by so many millions of people on the internet. What it does is, I'm going to just show it in the room. I bring up Evernote here. I can make notes for absolutely any issue at all. I can do my planning. I can do preparations. I can send a newspaper article and send it by email to here, and it remembers it. You can put tags on everything to look things up. If you're doing a speech for something, you can do your speech and keep going back to it. It remembers everything. At my age, I'm forgetting a lot of things. But I put things in here. I've learned to make a habit to put something, if you forget something, put it in here right away into Evernote. And then all of the notes are going to be right here, all of the notes that you have. So then when you want to go back over it later, you can. Evernote, everyone should have it on their phone. It keeps track of things. You can snap pictures. I could spend 3 hours going on the benefits of Evernote. Go check it out on your own time and see how it works. I have over 200 passwords stored in this program so that I can just click on it, bring it up, make sure that you remember the password for your password program. Otherwise, you can't get your passwords. Now, Dropbox. I have a question for everybody listening in. now and in the future, and also in this room. If you were to lose your computer, if your computer was stolen or broken, are you in trouble right now? How many in this room are in trouble if you lost your computer or broken? Okay. If you use a program like Dropbox, you keep all of your content in a file folder on your computer called Dropbox. That's it. So your PDF files, your documents, your address of all your properties and your photos, you put everything into Dropbox, but you make a whole bunch of folders to do everything that you want to do. You don't put your programs in Dropbox. You leave your programs in Windows. Because if you have to install a new computer, get a new computer going, you have to reinstall the programs anyways. But if you have Dropbox, I could take this computer right now, and it happened to a CCIM instructor where he accidentally dropped his computer, it fell on the ground and it broke. Well, it just so happened someone else in the room had a laptop. He hooked up and he logged into Dropbox. He went to presentations and he clicked on the PowerPoint and he kept right on going within 5 minutes. So you don't have to lose any files. So make sure. Now, there's other people online that know about iCloud. Anybody hear about iCloud? And Google has clouds. Everybody's got a cloud. So if you got a cloud that you can store things in, you could do it there too. Okay? The point is, take advantage of the service. Now, if you have trouble of people of doing it yourself, you should have a technical support person to help you. I have technical support people. Has anybody ever heard of Best Buy? It's all over North America. They have a thing called the Geek Squad. Do you have it? I have it. Anything goes wrong with my computer, the Geek Squad. Now, you have to have the patience to sit there while they go through and figure it out. And if you do, you're okay. So why not have a sandwich and a bowl of soup while you're doing it all? Like, I do 2 things at one time all the time, and they help you fix anything on your computer so that you can have the help. They will help you with all of your computers, any computers. And I have like about 15 computers. I actually have 30 computers. I've even got 1, 2, 3, 4 computers right here in front of me. I call these computers too because the netpads and the notebooks and the tablets and the Samsung Note 9s, these are all computers. Okay, all of these other things, I'm not going to go through them. PayPal is a good way to pay around the world. One person sold a car to somebody in California. He got a certified check. He put the car in a storage box and shipped it to California. 2 weeks later, the check came back. It bounced. A certified check, Larry, certified. How come a certified check could get certified and still come back? I don't know. That's what happened to him. If he had to use PayPal, it would have been covered. Interesting, eh? So in other words, for 2 years, I didn't use PayPal because I didn't know. I want to see, are they going to be around? Are they going to last? They're there. I use PayPal for paying certain things on the internet now as well. And there's more things here. I'm not going to go through there. By the way, does everybody have Realtor.ca in Canada on their phone? Okay, so you can pull in front of a house, click on it, and bingo, you can be with your customer and you can say, that house is 650 grand. It's 100 grand over budget. So you can rule that one out. And you can go to the next house. Say, oh, that's in your budget. Boy, that must be brand new. Go on here, pull it up in Realtor.ca. Oh, make an appointment. He calls them up, say you can come right away. Bingo. It's really good to have Realtor.ca on your phone. Wonderful app. It's just amazing what they're doing. Let's move on. These are some of the top CCIM commercial real estate apps. I want to invite everyone in the room to consider taking the CCIM program. I'm going to give you 2 resources. By the way, people, do you have this PowerPoint presentation going through page by page with me? You can take notes on here. This is the page by page of the PowerPoint. You want to take notes? Yeah, everybody should have a PowerPoint presentation. And go to, tell me what page we're on. Anybody? Top CCIM commercial app. What page, please, are we on?
4.
We're on page 4. Now, the people at home, I'm going to do something special here for you. Everyone listening now and in the future, watch this. I'm going to show you where some of these documents are that we're passing around the room here. I'm going to go to ICIworld.com. for everyone at home. By the way, if my voice is loud, turn the volume down on your computer because I'm speaking fairly loud. And I'm going to click on the word seminar, and I'm going to go down the page, and lo and behold, way down at the bottom where you can hardly see it, it says seminar handouts. I'm going to click on it, and there's all our handouts. We don't hand them all out today, but they're all applicable to the ICI World Society of Real Estate Brokers and Salespeople. And the handout that we're doing right now is the one called the PowerPoint. What number is it? Where's the PowerPoint presentation? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, it's back up here. PowerPoint, there it is. 4 slides on each page. Do you see that? Number 19, people, for the ones at home. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to show you what it looks like here. And it should come up. This is a PDF file. I don't know if you want to print it out because it's, I don't know, 18 pages or something. But this is the PowerPoint presentation that we're going through here right now. And this is the screen that we're on right now. You can take notes as we go along. I'm going to close this page. And you can do that at home. That's under seminars at ICIWorld.com. Let's continue on. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, here we go. You can study these later recommended apps. We have various instructors now too, and if you are an instructor, an educational provider of any sort whatsoever, and you like teaching, and you'd like to teach this 2-hour presentation that we're giving now, please give me a call, and that we would really appreciate it because we're stepping up the whole presentations to offices throughout Ontario, and we want to do this. We've got 3 instructors for Florida already right now lined up. And we're just looking for dates, times to come into your office and do these presentations. And give us a call. And these are all wonderful people. They all have a big heart to help salespeople in this business, all making a living. Sabrina DeMarco, she conducts these seminars herself. And we're setting up these seminars so that all these different people can actually do the seminars themselves. And we like to help out. Okay, there's some information on myself, just so you can get a little feedback on what's going on here. And I've been a real estate broker since 1974, but it was in 1990 that we saw the internet coming, something special, strange, wonderful. We heard people talking about it. Bill Gates talked to Warren Buffett about it, and we started to figure out, boy, this is going to make real estate literally free to advertise worldwide. Our cost is so low for this service, it's literally free to advertise to all intents and purposes worldwide. We get people from 138 countries coming in regularly. I get stories from people making sales to people from all countries of the world. And it's very, very, very exciting. The background and information today, what we're doing, if you said, Gary, go study the internet for 20 years for me personally, and I'm going to hire you for $240 or $319. I want to know everything for the last 20 years you learned to help me make money today. That's what we're doing in this seminar here today. So we've been helping people for that long, and we've gone through the school of hard knocks. And I'm going to show you some other reasons why some people didn't make money, and then we're going to show you why you can make money if you know the reasons why. The CCIM program, I'm the past chairman of the 1999 CCIM International Commercial Real Estate Conference, and I've learned a lot. It's a tremendous training organization that I have learned a tremendous amount, met a lot of people, a lot of friends, and the education that we have learned from there, the networking, the personal business development that you can do for your business. We recommend every single person in the world interested in real estate, and you don't have to be a licensed real estate broker to take that course. Everyone should take the CI 101 course. What page is that on, by the way, this page? In the, is it on page 4? Okay, it's on page 4. I'm going to give you some websites to go check down. The course I recommend for everyone listening to this, no matter where you are in the world, is called CI 101. You should mark it down. CI 101. Even you, Larry, you're going to like it. Every single broker that's ever been through there says, thank you, Gary, for getting me through this course. You will learn the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income-producing real estate. But what I really like about it is the ability that it's going to paint a picture for your customer. How many times you go and show a property to someone, and has anybody ever said, after you show the property, I'd like to think about it. All the time. What? And then you're going to say, well, just wondering what is it that you like to think about, right? And you try to get into it that way. But what if you can have a picture on paper of the money that goes into a project, the money that comes out of a project, how the money is being handled in the project, how much money they're going to make if capital appreciation is this much, or this much, if the expenses are this much, or this much. And so you put all the figures in, and it comes up with a bottom line that they're making money in real estate. Where did 90% of the millionaires in the world make their money? Real estate. You know who our competition is? It's not each other. It's the stockbrokers. 12 o'clock lunchtime. I'm in an office. The dentist is getting a call from his stockbroker saying you should invest in this stock or that stock. Things are happening. Who should be calling him? It should be us real estate people. It's being made in real estate. But you have to show a picture. If you don't show a picture, they go see the property, they walk out, what are they going to think about? They go home and people start to be negative all around them. But if you can show them the picture and give this to the negative person, you say, what's wrong with this? And they go and they look at it and they see the money being made. They say, oh, well, the taxes are going to go up more than 3%. They're going to go to 4% every year. Guess what? You take your program and you change it in your program from 3 to 4%. Instead of offering $980,000, you now offer $940,000 or something. In other words, you are in control of the deal. That's the difference. You are in control. If you take that CI 101, it will take the mystery out of commercial real estate for residential people.
Is this
You will-
online or is it?
It's possible to do it online, but we, all the CCIM, every one of us that takes the course, we recommend you go into the program. And the reason is you get to network with everyone in the room and ask questions, ask the teacher questions. But it's possible to do it online, yes.
No, it's before.
Yep.
the classroom.
Yep. Classroom is usually the best. Now, it just so happens that it's this week that the course is going on right now at the Toronto Real Estate Board, the CI 101. Or maybe it starts on Monday. You better check. Actually, it's listed. People, I'm going to show you right now where it is because I think I can do it quick. When you go to iciworld.com, year in and year out, next year, even if you're listening to this video later, click on this events blog here. I'm going to click on it. And you go down to this one that says events, and I'm going to click on it. And you'll see that there's upcoming events coming up. These are some of the different seminars that we're doing. Oh, it was in January. Didn't have enough attendance. You need enough attendance to do it. They changed it to February. This happens a few times, and then they get enough. January was for some reason. But if you go down to February, when is the date in February, gentlemen? What date?
No,
February 25th, right here. You click on it. When you click on it, it says click here for the full details. You're lucky. I'm telling you, you're lucky. If you can get into this course, this is good for you. Absolutely good for you. And there's the website. I happen to be the past president of this chapter. I'm also past membership chairman, and I want to invite everyone that's listening in the room, online, now, and in the future to join your local chapter. You do not have to be a CCIM to be a member of the chapter. If you want to become the president, you have to be a CCIM. So you can go to these meetings. We're at the Toronto Real Estate Board, and you can network with everyone there. We listen to speakers like the vice president of Penrail Corporation, the president of Canadian Tire Corporation, the economist from the TD Bank. They're speaking about what's going on in the industry. What's the other the other one that starts with a C? The big company that owns LoopNet. What's her name? Oh my God. Oh, what?
Can't help you.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, I just forget the name escapes me. The biggest company in the world. You think I can think of the name? Well,
Put away.
yeah. Anyways, so I'll think of it a little later. Anyways, they were at our last meeting. They were speaking, and we've actually done presentations in their office, and there they are. And so there's the course, for instance, the CI 101, February 25th, and I think it's at the RIA board, if I'm not mistaken, at the Ontario Real Estate Association. But you can take this course any place in the world. The only page that's different from any course in the world is the treatment of a capital cost allowance. It's not the same in the US as it is in Canada. But the before tax, it's the same. The after tax is what's different. The treatment of your marginal tax rate is different in the US than from Canada. But the rest of calculating the properties, the values, the market values, and all that other stuff, net operating incomes, the money tree, how to compare this investment with this one, with this one, with this one, all of that similar. And someday, if you ever get your CCIM, there's some people that will not want to buy a property without your input, because you're going to be giving them some investment advice that can steer them in the right direction and help them make money. And that's what these courses can do. So yes, we highly recommend taking this course. Let's move on and go back here. Now, you'll see some other ones here, and one is called a CIPS. Now, at the moment, it seems to be more for residential, although, oopsie daisy, hang on, people. Where did I go? And let me just make this bigger and make that bigger there too. The CIPS stands for Certified International Property Specialist. I'm also recommending people consider joining that. I happen to be a CIPS member, and we're networking with people all around the world. So if you want to do a referral someplace and you want to expect the same high level of service that you're giving, why not give it to another CIPS member? A lead, a referral. If you want to refer somebody, I was referring somebody into Hungary one time, and the fella could hardly speak English, but he talked to me. He was CIPS member. I was able to talk to him because some family in this other city I was in, they have a property in Hungary. So I was trying to network with them to try to get things going. Why do we have LinkedIn, Facebook, and everything here? Well, a lot of people say, Gary, how do you promote a website? Would you believe you can use these social media to promote your website? And you should be putting in your LinkedIn profile, that's really like your business card on the internet. When you think about it, LinkedIn, it's like having your business card on the internet. So when people move into your area, no matter where you are in the world, Florida, California, British Columbia, Montreal, Toronto, Burlington, any place at all, people coming in from other countries, they're pretty sharp. They've got these computers. There's more mobile phones in the world than there are people in the world today. So people are into the internet, and they will go, and if they can check out LinkedIn and they see, aha, there's a gentleman that's in real estate. And then you have the number of years you've got experience. That means you're not going to be fly by night. You've been in it many years. You're not just here today and gone tomorrow. In a lot of other countries, and there was many, many years ago, it's probably changed today, there was one person telling me a story. He was in Mexico walking on a piece of land that he just bought. And he saw another gentleman walking on a piece of land. And he thought he'd say hello. And he said, just wondering, what you're doing here. And he says, well, I'm just looking at my piece of land that I just bought. What? He says, I just bought this piece of land. Eventually, they found out it was sold 7 times to 7 different people. Okay, so you can see that there can be problems around the world, the rest of the world. The money goes into escrow in another part of the world. You may never see it again, depending on where you are. But in Canada and the United States, we've got specific laws, rules, regulations, codes of ethics. So you should show on your LinkedIn profile that you are a realtor. You have a code of conduct. You have codes of ethics and guidelines of how you conduct your business and courses that you have to take. People don't know all that stuff that you do. You should put that there. You protect the people in many ways. I was at an office in Home Life and where they were doing a compliance officer check on the office, and it was the broker in the office that was the compliance manager. He was the one doing it and showing people how you got to make sure you know who you are dealing with. Because when they put up $10,000, are they giving you cash? Some offices have a policy, no cash. They will not take cash. Anybody know the reason why?
You don't have to take that shot.
There you go. You don't take cash either. Now people don't take cash. Why? Why do you think?
For money laundering?
Money laundering purposes. Sure. That could be a problem. It can come back to haunt you. So there's lots of these issues. So you're protecting the public. So on your LinkedIn profile, which is public, like your business card, put it on there. You're a member of the Canadian Real Estate Association, the Ontario Real Estate Association, the Toronto Real Estate Board, the Real Estate Board of Hamilton, Burlington, Wentworth, or whatever it is. Put all that stuff on there and show how many years in business. And if you get testimonials, put that on there. That is going to help you get some traffic to your website, because when they go to your website, and if you have these links, not only do you have MLS listings, you got exclusive listings, and you got all this experience, put some testimonials on there. That's going to help get you some more traffic. Let's move on. Oopsie daisy, I clicked on the link and I didn't want to do that. Let's go back here and continue on. You know, ICI World has actually got $11 trillion of buyer contacts, $1 trillion right now. It's amazing. It's an untold story for the industry, and it's getting better because every one of you has contacts with people that have money. And if you can just post what you're looking for, you can stop being a secret agent. If you have a buyer and you're looking for something and you're just talking to a few people, would you agree that you're basically like a secret agent? Yes or no?
Yes.
You got to get your information out there to the public. If you know about a property for sale, you're a secret agent. We got a lot of secret agents in this business. And how are you going to make any money if you're a secret agent? You got to get your information working for you. While you're doing something else, get your information working for you. Let it be out there on the internet 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then work the calls once they start coming in from time to time. Because one lead can make you a lot of money. You can do business all over the world. If you have in the old country, if theoretically people in China have a property to sell, you can put it on here. Testimonials, there they are. Here's an important figure. 90% of people are using the internet. And on the FSBOs, only 9% sold without an agent. That means that 91% of the people sold with an agent. How did they do it? Based on these 3 special questions coming up right now. Okay. So ICI World has over 30,000 have and want ads. 75% of them are exclusive, not on MLS, for both commercial and residential, properties coming for sale, FSBOs, assignments, and more. If you ever want to discuss how they work, give us a call. But if you listen to what's about to happen, you're going to know. We have 2 member databases. And the reason why we point that out is because we're doing this seminar free for you. When we do an educational seminar, we charge $2,000 for this seminar for real estate boards, but we don't mention ICI World like we're mentioning it through this seminar. We do it more education. We cover all the apps. We go into a lot of how to promote your website, security on the internet, other things like that. We'll just change it up a little bit if we're doing a strictly educational seminar. But if it's strictly educational, it is $2,000 to do this for real estate boards and real estate offices. But if you allow us to do a 6-minute commercial on our service, which I'm about to do in a little while, or talk about ICI World, then it's free. Let's move right on. There's a major monthly readership from 138 countries that people can call you direct on your ads. When you're a member, people can call you directly. We also have subscribers that receive daily emails, although right now the email program is not working because we've changed our server. We have literally the fastest service that we know that money can buy, and later on when we have hundreds of thousands of members, then we go to what they call mirrored computers, and to do it that way to grow to handle all of the volume. And also we split it up sometimes by countries, but have major links to go to all these things. There's over 1,500 other brokers that now display the haves and wants. So when you place something on ICI World, it's instantly displayed on it's actually closer to 2,000 brokers' websites. A good percentage of them are in Ontario, and that's why we're trying to reach out to brokers in Florida to put their information on here. And that way your information will be on Canadian brokers' websites. And if a customer sees a property in Florida, they can call the Canadian broker who ends up calling you down in Florida to do a referral. And the same thing for doing referrals within Ontario as well. Yes, we've got over 18,000 pages that display links. There's millions of hits coming in from countries all around the world. Tens of thousands are accessing the listings more and more every day. And the apps, that's what's really made a difference, really made a big difference, Larry. Everybody's accessing information with the mobile phones now. It makes it so easy.
Yeah.
And we are connected in different ways, both for advertising, attending shows, and taking booths at seminars and doing everything, reaching people the best way we know how. If you have any other suggestions, we are open-minded to learn how to bring this to the whole industry fast, quicker, and easier and better. And if you have a way of doing it fast, quicker, better, and easier, please let us know. We're interested. And you'll see that we're fitting within the industry. We are compatible with all services in the industry. And this show here, we recommend every broker in the world attend this particular conference. It's amazing the products and services that you can see in one day at this conference. Bring your running shoes, make sure you have a nice healthy smoothie at the beginning of the day, have lots of energy for the day, and attend that conference. It's fabulous, the connections, the people you can meet, the service you can provide. ICI World has one of the busiest booths at the show. And one of the reasons is we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website, and it's literally not as powerful as the one we're supplying from ICI World for $16.50 a month. And we're going to show you a little bit of that, although we've already shown that at the beginning, where you have the widgets on your website of exclusive listings in addition to the MLS listings. Front page of newspapers that we advertise on, you'll see it there. If one person sees that particular website address, goes to ICI World and sees your listing, if your listing is current, if it's active, if it's less than 90 days old, and if you have at least 15 of them working for you, it's inevitable for you to get calls. Absolutely inevitable. Somebody calls you, you make an appointment, you go show a property, and you make $50,000 with 2 hours work as one broker did. I'm not saying it's going to happen for everybody like that, but it can happen. If you don't put your line in the water, you have no chance to put food on the table. This is another way that we're doing it for you. Again, stretching over backwards. We're reinvesting to get out there, to get the message out, to get people to contact you on your listings. Search engine optimization, all kinds of things. Now we're going to cover how do you work exclusive information that generates leads just like real estate board listings do. And these listings are real estate opportunities on the internet that can trigger leads just like a real estate board listing can trigger a lead. And we're going to show you how to do that now. Compared to a newspaper, it's ridiculously cheap, down to 1/10 of 1 cent per line per day by the time you figure it all out. And you got 24 days, 7 days a week, 365 days a year that the information is in databases, searchable databases on the internet. Literally, I think the fastest databases that you will ever see for real estate at the moment on the internet. Go to the app and do a search, and you'll see within 1, 2, 3 to 5 seconds the information is coming up. We worked hard and long to do that. I took engineering in university, and I wanted to engineer it so that it can be fast information for our industry, and we've basically done it. And you don't see hundreds of pop-up ads. I go to some of these sports apps and everything else, and there's tons of ads just jumping all over me, all in the face. I can't even get to the information. There's so many ads popping on the screen, it drives me crazy. We've made it clean and pure. It's just net operating incomes, cap rates, prices, locations of general locations of types of property and prices. All of that kind of stuff is right there laid out for you to make connections. I'm excited about, and it was Bill Gates that sort of got me excited at one time with his book called At the Speed of Thought. And that's how this service actually started, Larry.
Yeah.
Called At the Speed of Thought. Let me see if I can do this here. I'm going to actually, where's the camera here? One of these is a camera. Which one of these? People can see your screen. Where's the camera? Anybody see the camera here? Anybody? Oh, there's a webcam. Share my webcam. Let's try it. Let's see if this is a webcam here. Yep. Okay, we got a webcam. And you see Bill Gates on the screen. Hi, Bill. What I'm getting at is Bill wrote a book called At, I'm going to say it here, At I'm doing an @ sign with my finger. The speed of thought. So in other words, if you can take a thought out of your head, okay, and put this thought on the internet someplace, other people in the world can see it. Now, what thoughts am I talking about? If you are getting a listing next week, that's a thought. Coming for sale. Home, Scarborough, approximately $500,000.
Positive thinking.
There you go. That's a thought. What if you can take those thoughts in real estate? I know someone who wants to sell their restaurant, but they don't want to give me a listing yet. But if I have a buyer, they will sign a listing so that I can show the restaurant. That's a thought. A shopping center for sale. The developer doesn't want to give a listing to a broker and tie himself up. He's already negotiating with somebody else. But he'll give you a chance because this other guy is offering too low. And you might come in and offer higher than him. But he's not going to sign a listing to give you to do that. But if you bring him an offer and it's higher than that one, he'll negotiate with you. That is a thought. ICI World is all about those thoughts, Larry. That's what it is. It's taking those thoughts, putting them from the brokers. And it's the brokers in the industry that have to learn how to recognize a piece of information, a thought that can make the money, and then how to work it in a way that people don't go behind your back. And that's what I'm going to show you now. You can get your cameras ready at home. I'm going to stop this particular screen here. How do I stop these? Where do I stop the webcam? Oh, I just click on that, I guess. There we go. I'm going to show you how to do that here. But I want to mention this in passing because people think, oh my God, $300 to join ICI World. You know, over the years, we've been taking out $50,000 a year. All the rest is going back into the service. I'm so excited to take this worldwide. That's what's been happening. But the cost to publish your information, getting your message in front of someone, talking to people around the world is literally zero or so close to zero, it doesn't make any difference. And ICI World is that information service built for the real estate industry all along the way, designing things. And I got so many things in the background we haven't talked about, won't talk about, that if somebody wants to help take this worldwide or real estate board wants to do it, there's a way to take over this company with $1 if the people can continue it on for the real estate industry. They might want to hire me too to keep it going. Who knows? But there's ways to do it. Ways to do it, or we just keep on doing exactly what we're doing and keep selling memberships. When we get to 1,000, that's when things are really going to start to take off even more. But you must manage your information in the right way. And here, that's not working, so we'll just click there. You can work FSBOs, open listings, exclusive listings. Builders got properties for sale, pre-construction. Everything can be worked here so nicely. Expired listings coming for sale. People that want to sell properties for sale quietly. Some people do not want the interior of their home, all of their beautiful home furnishings, where everything's located. They don't want it plastered all over the internet. They don't want it. But if you have a buyer, one buyer, they don't mind giving all that information to that one buyer. But sometimes they don't want things on the internet. Businesses, it can be bad for businesses. But has anyone ever said to you, I want to sell my property, but I do not want to give you a listing at this time. But if you bring me a buyer, I will pay you a commission. Here's what you ask them. And this is the essence of today's session, people. This is the bottom line, what you see right here. You should take a picture of this with your cameras right now. The first question you ask people is, will you pay me a commission if I bring you a buyer? Does anybody have a problem with that question? No. The second question, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? Anybody have a problem with that question? Now, the interesting thing about this is some people said, you know, I haven't made any money on your service, Gary. And I thought I'd let you know because you said you had a pledge and I'm giving you a chance. So I says, okay, just give me 3 minutes to talk to you. So he said, fine. So I asked him a bunch of questions. He had, and went through it. And he hardly had any listings. And he didn't have any information. I says, why don't you have any information? I said, did you ask the people the 3 questions? And they said, yes. And I says, do you mind me asking what the question was that you were asking? And he says, sure. What he was asking, hang on. I just got to figure out what's happening here. A little bit loud there. Okay. He was asking the owner of this FSBO, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing? Is that the second question? How many people say yes? Huh? You say yes? I'm asking specifically, is that the question? He was talking to the owner of a property, and I said, what were you asking the owner? He says, well, I was asking him for a 48-hour exclusive listing. And they were saying no, and I wasn't getting any place with your question. I'm asking you in this room, is that the question? Okay, I got 1 no. How about you? You think no too? I got 2 no's. How about you? You're saying yes, and you say yes. I got 2 no's and 2 yeses. Now the no's have it. By the way, this is a workshop for everybody to learn, so don't feel bad. This is good to learn here, okay? And I like the opportunity because you don't learn when you do things right. What is wrong with the answer that he gave? In other words, he went up to the owner. Let's follow this, and I'm online here. He went up to the owner. He asked the owner, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property? He didn't ask that. He didn't ask that. And what's the owner of a FSBO going to say? He says, and you ask him, would you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing? What's he going to say? He doesn't want to give you a listing. He wants to try to sell it himself privately. Am I right or wrong? Okay, you're comfortable with that? That's what he was asking the owner. What should he have asked? Once I have a buyer. That's a big difference. Those little words, once I have a buyer, that's the whole difference in the world. That's what was happening for 1 year. 1 year it took Larry to learn that. That's called the School of Hard Knocks. I couldn't understand why people didn't want to rejoin. What's going on? You should have 15 opportunities on here. And some people didn't have it. And that's one of the major reasons why. Once I have a buyer, that's a different story. If you're you go in and talk to a FSBO, and if you say, by the way, would you pay me a commission if I brought you a buyer? They'll say, sure, no problem. And also, the conversation will get warm for a change for the first time because they know that you're not going to hustle them for a listing like everybody else. Big difference. A year to learn that one. Go to the third question. May I advertise your property, but I'm going to do it without disclosing the address? You're talking, let's pretend you go to a restaurant today and you're talking to the owner of a restaurant. And you say, by the way, if I could get you full price for your restaurant, would you consider selling? What's all restaurant owners likely to say? Bring me up. Well, they're interested, right? So what you can do, you go right into that third question. may I advertise your property? Now, if you only said, may I advertise your property, what's he going to say? He's going to say no. Why? Why doesn't he want people to know? It could be hurting business. It could be hurting business, right? So he's going to say no. Why? If you say you're going to do it without disclosing address, without saying which restaurant it is, I'm just going to say restaurant, Brampton area, $350,000 making money. I'm not going to say the restaurant. Is he more likely to say, okay, as long as you don't say my restaurant? You comfortable with that? Big difference. The person that wasn't making money was saying, may I advertise your property? No, I don't want you to advertise my property. It could be bad for business. So you might say, why am I dwelling on this? People, I've been doing this for 20 years. And it's amazing that people haven't taken it to heart to really learn it properly. If you learn it properly, you're going to make a lot of money, more than you've ever imagined. We have people here who have made over $1 million. I hear $100,000 commission checks all the time from members. It's amazing. And they're all exclusive. They're not on the real estate boards of the world. And there's a lot of exclusive information. How about this building? Do you know if this owner wants to buy or sell this building? Does anybody talk to him? Start asking questions, right? You're going to get pleasantly surprised. And one of the questions, if I got you the price you wanted, would you sell? I had a daycare people I was talking to the other day. Oh, I got a great business. I love it and everything. Would you sell it? No, 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 no. If I got you $3 million, would you sell it? Right away. Right? So you know how to talk to people like that. Get that information. Pull this kind of information out of the marketplace from all the people. Put it here. Next thing you know, you get somebody interested. I'm going to show you how to handle that. Here it is. Oh, by the way, the reason you do it without the address is on the screen. Everyone in the room that I'm talking to, I happen to be in Ontario right now, and Ontario has a licensing body called the Realtors Council of Ontario. In Florida, in California, in British Columbia, all the different states and provinces have their own licensing bodies, and something to the effect that a registered, if you're going to sell a property and give an address to someone, you must have the consent of the owner in writing, period. I've been a realtor for over 40 years. You got to have it in writing. But if you do not give an address, if you do not identify the property, you can say, I have a $1 million home, double car garage, Meadowvale area in Mississauga, ground level family room, ravine lot, overlooking a ravine lot, $1.2 million. You can say that. You can do that. Okay? Now, if you do that and somebody calls you, what's the first thing they're going to ask you for? Where is it? Are you going to give them the address? No. Very important. We've had some members that were giving addresses. So I'm wondering why some people didn't rejoin. They didn't understand this stuff. I'm trying to make it clearer. We've got YouTube videos I'm doing every week, and I'm putting them all on the internet for at ICIWorld.tv for people to learn. Next, you tell that person that calls you, in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if it's okay with you, I'll show it to you on Saturday. You come to my office, and I will make arrangements for you to see it. Lake Tahoe, beautiful area. Has anybody ever been there? You've heard of it? Gorgeous area, movie star homes up in the mountains. You can go skiing in one day and swimming in the water down in the same day. A lot of the properties are being sold that way. All the movie star properties. They don't want it put on the regular real estate board. It's unexclusive. You bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a commission. Now we're going to give you a test here in a moment. Also, coming for sale. In this particular case, if somebody asks you about that, you just tell them if it's okay with you, put you on a list. Once I get the agreement signed, I'll give you a call back, and if you're still looking, you can be one of the first people through the first open house. Now, I'm going to give you a test. That first listing, does that give it away? Can you tell which restaurant that is in Mississauga? No? You can't tell where that restaurant is, right? Now I have a question for you. If I said that the restaurant was at the corner of Dundas and Huron, Ontario, could you figure out how many? There's three answers here. Answer yes, no, or I don't know. If I said that the restaurant was at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas Street, can you figure out which restaurant it is? How many people say yes? How many people say no? How many people don't know? Everybody's saying yes in our room. The reason yes is correct. Why is it correct? They can drive around, go to the three restaurant openers. Within a half an hour, they can find out which one it was. Now, if the commission is 10%, okay, 10%, and hang on, let's get rid of these things here. 10%, that means $35,000 if you gave them a hint of where that restaurant was. They can go direct. That $35,000, that can buy a new car, it can help vacation, pay off mortgages, buy kids to university, and put a few groceries on the table. How about the Toronto Tri-Quest? Did that give it away, that ad? No. If I said it's at the corner of Ossington and Bloor, next to the Pizza, does it give it away? Yes. Let's go a step further, get more interesting. How about this one? Lindsay, Esso gas station. How many people say yes, it gives it away? How many people say no? How many people don't know? Don't know? You're saying yes?
It's just a gas station.
Lindsay is a city.
Lindsay is a city?
All right?
Okay.
It's a city, so it doesn't give it away?
No.
So you might say no, I get a yes. And why do you say yes, Larry? That's right. How many Esso gas stations are there in Lindsay? Does anybody know? There's only one. You're right. You're absolutely right. What I'm trying to do now is to let you know you have a license to trade in real estate. The same as a lawyer has a license to be a lawyer. A doctor has a license to practice as a doctor. We have confidential information in this business. The way a lawyer has confidential information, a doctor has confidential information. This is our confidential information. How we handle that information is what's important. We're in the information world. Created with Bill Gates and the programs that we're learning for the industry to help the industry. It's information world, but how you handle these tools is what's critical. And so that's what we're teaching here. How about this next one? Oh, by the way, if you want to advertise that, maybe you should say branded gas station, 90 minutes each month. Real estate opportunity, you're now advertising it. The people with the money that want a gas station, bingo, they can call you. Isn't that wonderful? That's wonderful. People should be jumping down, up and down over this thing. Let's go to the next one, Brantford Shopping Center. Three answers, yes, no, or I don't know. How many say yes? And one yes? How many people say no? How about I don't know? I don't know. What do you say? You say yes? And why do you say yes?
Out of the Brantford only have one.
There you go. She got it. This is learning. If we could just teach all the 2 million realtors in North America how to do this stuff, boy, you're going to get leads, you're going to get connections. I asked him, and I'm finishing exactly in about 4 more minutes. Let's move on. This last plaza, not necessarily, right? Okay. Real estate widgets that you can add to your website. I don't think we have to go over the widgets. We know how to do that. We're going to wrap up now. We're done. And we're going to finish this off. Everyone, can you just look on this? Do you have a copy of this, everyone?
Right.
Okay. I'm going to show people how to get signed up here in a moment. For new people on the internet, if you go to nreils.com, some of these other things you've seen online, I'm just going to kind of go through. By the way, if you want to see how to promote your website, go to iSayWorld.com, click on seminars, and there actually is a 90-minute recorded webinar on how to do that. And there's lots of other ways, but we'd love an opportunity to sometime in the future. Please do know our pledge. As a member of iSayWorld, if you go longer than 90 days without doing business, you better give us a call. We'll give you a hand. Never go longer than 90 days. That's your measuring tool. If you haven't done a deal in the last 90 days, I suggest you make an appointment with us, and we're going to give you a hand. You might not have widgets on your website working properly. You might not be promoting your website. You might not even have 15 listings on iSayWorld. Maybe you don't know how to work exclusive information. Maybe your listings are in the wrong category. How many times I found them in the wrong category? Wrong price ranges, little things like that. Give us a call. 90 days, that's all you need. Now, I'm going to ask everyone in this room, there is a survey here, an evaluation form, if you don't mind. Just hand this out to everyone, and just take 1 minute, Larry and everyone, and Peter, please fill this in. Just take that out. Can you fill in one of those? Do you mind?
Sure.
And same with yourself. There it is right there. Just take that in consideration of me coming to do this seminar. Could you please fill in the evaluation form? And if there's anyone at home that is kind enough to go to our seminar page, click on the handouts, look for the evaluation, print it out, fill it in, scan it, and send it back, boy, I'm indebted to you, because I would love to see people that take a care enough in the professionalism of this business to give us the feedback like that from home. We would really appreciate it very, very much. So everyone's filling in the evaluation form right now. I'm going to see what I can do in the future to have the form pop up on the screen that you can just kind of fill it in. That would make it, all of these things can be developed. We know that, but we've got so many things we're doing. Changing our server this last 3-4 months was tremendous. You change a server, everything's upgraded, there's new security features, all of our software has to be rewritten in order to handle the SSL certificates, the secure socket layers for all the different browsers that are out there for Google Chrome and for Edge and Microsoft Explorer and Firefox and Safari and Opera. And all of these browsers are a little bit different, every single one. And so sometimes one doesn't work and one doesn't work in the other. So all our software has to be rewritten sometimes to try to accommodate it. And we're going through that now. But this new server is the next generation. It's great for the next maybe 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know. But it's really fast. And it just came online 2019. You'll see the speed that's coming up. So you can be assured that if somebody clicks on something, they're not going to get turned away because they have to wait too long to see your information. That completes our seminar for today. We do have a seminar special, $240. You will see, you can go to iCRL.com, click on join. And for the people that are listening to this, you can click on the word corporate. That'll give it to you for $240 for the year. And you make an appointment. You go to iCRL.com, you click on make an appointment at the top, and then we will help you get started. We'll mail you your VIP corporate card. We'll make sure that you get your information online. We're going to make sure the widgets are going. We're going to answer all your questions and set a plan of action for you to help incorporate this into your business for the next year. And then make sure you know how to work exclusive real estate information. And we want to hear of your first deal. Everyone joining, we love hearing about your first deal that you do online. Make sure we're the first persons you call when you do your deals. That completes our session for today. You'll be getting a corporate card. I'm going to move on here. You can go ahead and join. And that's it. It was a summary of our services. And that completes our session for today. I'm going to sign off now because this thing has to be recorded. I'll handle any questions here in the room and kind of go from there. I'll leave it open, but I'm going to stop recording now. Start recording. Finish that off there. Gracias, bedank. Thank you. Merci. Gracias.